Hello, literates. Can you believe that it is that time again? I personally cannot. Like, already, make sure these levels are right. Already, it's time for Kwanzaathon again. How fun. I can't believe it. It's already the end of 2023. So, this year, Kwanzaathon, which is created by Shay Warren at 50 Shades of Shay. No, that's her Instagram handle. Her YouTube is Shay with the Hobbies. So Shay with the Hobbies created Kwanzaathon in 2020, I want to say, and this is the third year of it. 2020, 21, no, fourth annual Kwanzaathon. So. This year is going to be a little bit different than last year and previous years. Usually we're like, okay, like, what is this little thing happening here? Sorry, I can't focus when I don't understand myself. Okay, because you was just sticking out there, little guy, just living life in a really raucous way. Anyway, you see how the locks are developing? Anyway, so Kwanzaathon 2023 is going to be different because we're not going to have a bunch of reading recs, a bunch of books for y'all to read. You can do that if you want to. You could always answer every prompt with a book if you want to, per usual. But if you want a little razzle dazzle, if you want to get into a little shenanigans this Kwanzaathon, you can do that. So now most of the social media platforms have a sort of video or a reel like thing, right? Those short clips where you can upload them. YouTube has shorts, Instagram has reels, TikTok has TikToks, I guess, whatever. Um, so this year, instead of having a bunch of reading recs, the group read for Kwanzaathon is Long Division by Kiese Laneland because it just encapsulates so many of the values of Kwanzaa. So we're going to be having sprints every day to help us to read them, and then we'll have a to help us get through long division. And then we'll have a discussion about it at the end of the week on live. So if you're reading along with us and you finish it in time, you can take part in that conversation in the chat. You know, we engage with the chat freely, so we'd love if y'all read it so you can engage in that conversation, even if you're rereading it, because Shay's read Long Division, got to be at least 3 times by now, and she gonna read it again. So that's the group read. And then we'll be having a real conversation, REEL, conversation about Black community. So all these prompts can also be answered in a reel. So let's go down the list. All right. Day one, Umoja, is a moment in Black history that personifies unity to you. So you can answer that, excuse me, you can answer that however you want to. But it'd be really cool if you could come up with a reel that personifies Black unity, even if it's like reposting a reel where you saw Black unity in play, even if you make a reel out of a compilation of pictures that show Black unity, something that showcases it. You don't have to use a reel. You can use anything that you always use. You can use a book that talks about that moment. You can write a poem about that moment. You can make an Instagram post or make a YouTube video about it. Like you can do all the things that you usually could. This year, we're just explicitly saying if you can make it a reel, make it a reel. Hashtag Kwanzaathon 2023 and also hashtag Umoja 2023. We want to make sure that you'll do the hashtags this year because in previous years they've been pretty much in the graphics. The Kwanzaathon graphics have had the hashtags, but it's hard for us to then track how many people are participating in Kwanzaathon by just putting in the hashtag into the search bar because it doesn't pick up hashtags and graphics. So when you participate in Kwanzaathon, make sure you hashtag Kwanzaathon 2023 and hashtag the day, right? So Umoja, the first day, is a moment of Black history that personifies unity to you. The second day, Kujichagulia, is your favorite example of Black people taking up space, whatever that is to you. So for me, it's something like I went to this bookstore in Austin, I think maybe, and it's called Blacklight. And it's a Black owned bookstore. It has like, I think maybe even exclusively Black books, and just seeing people in there was beautiful. And so that's a moment where I was like, oh, this Black bookstore, I love that we're taking up space here, even when no one's in there. Even when the owner goes in to open up, it's still us taking up space because it's only our books in there, right? So that to me is a moment that I would put. What would you put? Day three, Ujima, favorite example of Black people stepping up and standing up for each other. Um, so just choose which one you would want. I know some of you participated in the live that Shay and I had for Brittany S. Lewis last year when Barnes and Nobles refused to stock her book. So maybe that was a moment that you want to put, although Shay's choosing that moment, so maybe don't choose it, or we could all choose it. Who knows? Who cares? But that's a moment of Ujima, of Black people stepping up and standing up for each other. Then day four, Ujama, create an ad for a Black business. So, for instance, I might create an ad for Blacklight, the bookstore, and tag them to draw attention to the good work that they're doing to highlight and amplify Black voices in literature. Nia is day five, create your statement of purpose. So, what are you about in this world? What do you want to do? What do you want to create? Make a statement of purpose. I would say challenge yourself to make a one sentence statement of purpose. Just get really, really down to the nitty gritty of who you are and what you want to do. But obviously, you can make it longer, but just share one sentence. Or you can make it into a reel, right? Whatever. Day six, Kuumba, show us your creativity. That's really when you can lean into this real business. There's so many ways to have creative transitions on these reels and to just have fun. So show us your creativity. What's your hobby? Shay might make one about crochet, right? So like use the reel to show us your creativity for Kuumba. And then Imani, Faith, the last day, your favorite example of a Black victory, right? Something where you see faith really pay off. You believed in it, you got the outcome. You saw a Black person do that if you're not Black yourself. So on that note, as always, anyone can participate in Kwanzaa, whatever your race or ethnicity. But Kwanzaa is created by African Americans, right, to honor African American history. So do be sure that you're amplifying Black voices during Kwanzaathon, whatever your race or ethnicity that you are as you're participating. If you have any questions, definitely in the comments, feel free to ask. And we will see y'all participating in Kwanzaathon 2023 in a couple of weeks, which is so crazy that this year's almost over. But we'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Can't wait to see what y'all create, and make sure to use the hashtags of Kwanzaathon 2023 and the hashtag of whatever day it is, Kuumba, Ujima, Ujama, Imani, Nia, whatever. Make sure that you hashtag that also 2023, right? All right. Thank y'all so much in advance for your creative participation in a real conversation about Black community. See y'all then. Bye.